Alright, let's continue our look at the motorcycles at the Birdwood Museum. We're having a look at some American bikes here to start off with, and then we'll go back to some British and Italian, things like that. Now you might say, Harley. No. We've got an Indian Chief Vintage from 2014. Why? Because that's when Polaris started remanufacturing after they bought out the previous owner of Indians, and they moved manufacturing to Spirit Lake from Rogues Mountain. Now what do you notice? If you look at the heads on it, it's very similar to what Polaris was producing at the time. If you don't know what, ask Mr. Google. We'll move on to a 1927 Indian Scout. Very popular Indian. And next to it, a 1934 Scout. Try Chief. You notice there immediately the Scout's got the 600cc motor in it, or 750. Then we'll move on to the Chief, which has got the much larger 1200 from memory cc motor. Then on to the Indian model 741, military model, 1942. Next to it, BSA S30 from 1930 Sloper, a little bit like the Panther motor that we saw. Next to that is the M20, the BSA military motor, complete with the blackout lights, headlight, things like that on it. And of course, who have not heard of the 125cc BSA Bantam? It's a 1950 model. And of course, country that's been in the news for a number of different reasons, Russia. They made a number of different motorbikes, and this is a 1962 Cossack or Juniper. They were, I think, originally imported into Australia by Capital Motors, 100 Parramatta Road, Auburn. And they used to sell them for $1 per cc. So this 350 would be $350. So it didn't have a good reputation, didn't last long. Now, this next one is a pizza, really. It's out of the Ukraine, and it's got a bit of all sorts of things in it. So it's got a bit Russian, bit of Ukraine in it, and it's made into a chopper. 61 Matchless Scrambler G80, 1967 Bridgestone. Bridgestone went out manufacturing. Why? Because the big ones, Kawasaki, Yamaha and Suzuki, were buying Bridgestone tyres, and they didn't want Bridgestone competing against them. 62 Moto Guzzi Golda GT. I'm just actually at the moment looking at a lovely Moto Guzzi that might be added to the collection later on this year, with a wonderful history. And if I get it, I'll bring you a motorcycle art series on it. Norton Dominator 88. Popular model. The International was really well known for its racing ability and things like that. So that's a 1952 International. And here we have a BSA A7 from 1948-49 in that time. So it came out, obviously they'd got themselves reorganised after the war. It's got a plunger frame, plunger suspension on the back of it here. So it's got the plunger there, as opposed to rigid frames that saw another one. 500cc twin cylinder 4-stroke. And we move on to another Triumph, a 1973 T100R Daytona. Suzuki GT 750, water-cooled, water buffalo, whatever name you like to call it. We talked about that when we showed you the 550 with the ram air. This is water-cooled. Of course, Suzuki also made their rotary one, RE5. 1936 HAS Flying Fox. Only a small numbers of these around, and They usually used engines and gearboxes from other people. They lasted 1953, so they went out of business 72 years ago, if you're watching this now. So that's an AJW Flying Fox. I call it the wrong thing, forget me. 1938 Excelsior, as distinct from the British, this is the British one, as distinct from the one on the sidecar that we showed you earlier. An MSS Velocette, 1938, 500cc, and this competed with things like the Nortons, especially the Norton Model 18, and this one came out as far superior and was built mainly sidecars. You can see the lug there, there's lugs on the back of it to put sidecars on. MSS was very proficient as a solo machine and did production races, all sorts of things, right up to 1950. So that's the MSS. Lovely bike. Got one at home that I ride frequently. So that's the MSS Velocette there. And to finish off this segment here, we have a 1929 Rex Acme. So quite a diverse range of bikes here at Birdwood. Tell us about the bikes that you know, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.